Hey everyone, it's time for the next weekly recap. So today we will, Outlook. Today we will look at EU, real quickly at GU and then Euro GBP. So EU, I would expect, again, make sure to see previous Outlook and recap, but my main expectation is for the price to tap even deeper into this refined zone and but overall to hold this bullish range. However, what's needed to be said here is that even though we had this bullish shift that we had from the previous week that happened here, this bullish break, it is still can be treated as part of this bigger redistribution. Basically for me it's more like a redistribution right now, but it could be accumulation as well. Why? Because if you see how this pullback moved, it moved back and forth, so up and down and then up. So this is already a possible sign of accumulation. However, usually after these first shifts we can easily see like a second shift and then coming back to deeper zone, maybe some accumulation more, and then starting a real move. So is it possible to start following maybe a bullish 15 minutes breaks or something like that? I guess yes, at this point, until this 1 hour and 4 hour push is holding, you can wait, for instance, for something like that. First the continuation of this pullback, and then maybe 1 or 2 shifts to the upside on 15 minutes with clear zones and clear structure. And for me, that's good enough to go for longs. So until this is holding on EU, I'm good to go and follow 15 minutes ranges with confirmations on 1 minute or 3 minutes to go for long side, and our main target of course is this daily high. But if the price will just impulsively continue to the short side, then I would expect another week of bearishness and tapping into this zone, then possible sideways move here, maybe even reaching out for this liquidity, and then the next week we can have these bullish shifts to the upside and possible markups and continuations now to the bullish side. And basically that's it. So as a short conclusion, we can already start following bullishness until this holds, but we need like 5-15 minutes shifts inside, because right now it shifted bearish, as you could see on 15 minutes. And especially if we break to the upside, it will confirm the bullishness even more and more. However, with that said, we need to understand that this is still pretty bearish. This portion of price action is still bearish. We are not here. We are not here yet. And yeah, so this is for Euro USD. GBP USD is basically the same. So we have same daily range, but the difference is that we already mitigated the deeper zones here, and if we will see continuations to the upside, breaks of this, so something like this, this will be pretty nice bullish entries. And if we will break this low confidently on daily, on EU and GU, then I will need to reconsider analysis. But right now it's bullish until this holds. And Euro GBP is also really bullish based on, so I will not go fully multi-time frame here, but we have this daily break here. And what's interesting is that after the mitigation of a zone and this local accumulation on Euro GBP, we created really Really, so these are not these are just part of my research. These are not entries I took, but we created really obvious accumulation. So this is happening in the higher time frame zone, as you can see from this bullish leg. And then look how what clear impulses we created here. So this first one out of the box, out of accumulation, was not that clear, and it actually then failed a bit for this liquidity grab, but then it created like really clear shifts of structure, and this is something that I would like to see on the during next week on EU, moving to the bullish side. These clear ranges, clear impulses, clear zones, mitigation, and then look how it developed on 15 minutes. So this is 1 hour zone. It mitigated and again didn't go to the bullish side right away, but it underwent this additional accumulation, and this is something I'm expecting on EU on 1 hour. So maybe we saw this kind of a shift, or maybe even this kind of shift, but then I expect deeper mitigation. And then we created this clear internal break with a clear zone, and then on 1 minute you could find more confirmations there, and it actually held and created really nice moves. And then it created one more bullish break on 1 hour and mitigation of a zone that mitigated this zone. So this is kind of a chain of supply and demand. And again, you could find some confirmations in here on 5 minutes. Okay, so this is it for this week. So again, main bias for Euro USD, GBP USD is and for Euro GBP is bullish. However, we still can see deeper mitigations on the daily range, and we need to see clear bullishness on 1 hour plus 15 minutes, and then we are good to go. Any kind of short-term opportunities, I would use a lower risk to reward, and I will consider them lower quality entries, probably because there is just no space to move or to move in the daily range. Because if you would be someone who would like to follow bearishness, maybe here, you know, or maybe even here, then you had your logical target and you had this zone to mitigate. But now we mitigated one of the deeper zones, and if you will follow, so the target for this portion of price action is this, and if you will follow 15-minute ranges to the short side, it will not have so many confluence, because here you had 1 hour bearish, but here you have 1 hour bullish. So until this breaks, it does not make sense to follow 15 minutes. But when it breaks, it does not make sense to follow it neither, because we don't have space to move into higher time frame zone, because it's already mitigated. And anytime we can just have this reverse here. So I would wait for bullishness, or if we will see this break, then maybe I will reconsider analysis, but I'm not sure if it will happen next week. Okay, have a good week and bye.